Welcome back to our in-depth adventure through Elden Ring, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Let's Play Dark Souls HD, and I'm really glad to be hopping back into Elden Ring, because those last two episodes of Salt and Sacrifice, woo, they have been salty. That game is really getting on my nerves, I'm telling you. I'm having a hard time deciding if I want to finish that playthrough, because it's not that the game is bad. The game is not inherently bad, because Salt and Sanctuary was fantastic. That is an excellent game. But I'm telling you, man, the longer I play that game, the more infuriating it gets, because there's little small things that bother me. Oh, no! Goodness. Let me finish this thought real quick before we have to emotionally endure what's about to happen. Salt and Sacrifice is a little bit draining for me to play because some of the mechanics and the controls and everything are very just, yeah, they're not good. It's been getting on my nerves really bad those last two episodes, and the bosses also suck. Elden Ring is just mwah, though. It is so incredible. I'm so excited to play this. Every time I fire Elden Ring up, I get super excited because I know what's going to happen. I know what's on the agenda, and it's just, like, fantastic because this game's incredible. There's nothing. This game can do nothing wrong. But this, good lord. So if you guys recall, in the last episode, we talked to Roger. I think it was last episode, yes. And he wasn't doing so good. He was just making, like, weird, kind of struggling breathing noises, like he was struggling to stay awake. But we get his belt bearing, and then we get his entire set. Goodness. And then Roger's letter. Okay, so this, let's take a look at this. I hate reading this. God. Letter written in a trembling hand. I forgot to tell you, but it seems Dee has a younger brother. I heard he lies in a deep sleep in the aqueduct beside the eternal city of Necron, and it's said he stood before the Prince of Death not far beyond that spot. Well, we're definitely going to go figure that out once we go down to Necron Eternal City and start looking at all of that, which, speaking of, it's time to go. I don't think Fia has a dialogue after finding Roger dead, or after he dies. I don't think she says anything.
I am pleased. Would you like me to hold now?
Alright, let's do this. This takes entirely too long, but we'll see if she has anything to say, because she's important to this questline. Like, she is actually, we will find her in this place.
You are so. Then good day to you.
Okay. Well, get off, get off, get off. I wish I could just roll and cancel the animation. Like, can you imagine hugging somebody with your entire soul and they just go, "Heh!" and just do a backflip backwards on the hardwood? Like, alright. And then what about D? Let's see if D... Nothing? Let's rest. Let's reset. Nothing? Okay, fine. Whatever, man. I'm fine with me. Why did I have, like, health gone? Okay, that's right, because I used the stupid thing, 5%. I keep forgetting the rule. Okay, so here's where we are going to head for this next part, is we have unfinished business over here. We need to go talk to... Where's the Bellum Church? We need the Bellum Church. That's what I need. Yes, here we go. Bellum Church. We should find the puker there. God, that was funny, man. Hello. I have something you may want.
Oh, hello. Is that you over there? Have you ever heard of fingerprint grapes? They're special grapes which only grow on those who've been clasped by the burnt fingers. I would truly love to try one. The distant light seems far closer than before, but I can't sense a thing from the usual grapes anymore. Please, could you donate a fingerprint grape to me? Without one, I don't know. I feel like I might go mad.
That sounds an awful lot like addiction, but fortunately enough for you, I just happen to have one.
Oh, a fingerprint grape. Tried and true. What a wondrous thing. A fingerprint grape. How sweet. Yet, how it burns. Thank you. I've composed myself again. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you.
I mean, to be fair, that's about how I react when I take a bite out of a Cinnabon, because those things are so damn good they should be illegal. But that was kind of disturbing, the reaction. Yeah, we gave her... We already read the item description, but inside my inventory we had it. It was somewhere at the bottom here. Yeah, it was like right in here somewhere. It was that yellow eyeball that we got from Vike, the guy that we killed to get this badass spear.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
And
I'm
your
sure
stomach.
I'll be a finger maiden. Thank you. I'm sure I'll be...
Well, I hope so. I'm going to rest at this grace to reset you. So, let's talk about what she just said for a second. Just for a second. She said, touched by the burnt fingers. We have not encountered these burnt fingers yet. But she seemed to know exactly what they are. She seemed pretty confident to know about these burnt fingers. And the burnt fingers are an NPC that we are going to encounter, and we're going to have to go way freaking down below Leyndell Capital in this terrible place called the Subterranean Shunning Grounds. It's going to be the horrible, probably the worst part of the game, to be honest. It's going to be so difficult. Very hard to get through. But, alright, now that we've done that, we have business up here at the Three Sisters. We need to go to, not Ranni, E.G., I want to talk to him real quick, but we need to look for Seluvis. That's what we need to do. We got to go find Seluvis, and he's going to further our business with Blaidd. Because Blaidd is still down, and I believe he... Yep, he's still... No? Yep, he's still down there. Okay.
Well, my fellow, as war council?
Alright, about Blaidd. Well, he has 2 dialogues. Fantastic.
I take it you've heard of the eternal city of Noxtella? Well, it has a twin, known as Nokron, the other eternal city. After years of expeditions, we've determined the location of Nokron by going underground through the well in the Mistwood of Limgrave. You can see Nokron up above. Only we've failed to find a path leading to the city. Blaidd's made a good go of it, but I'm afraid this has him quite stumped. To be honest, I'm not sure where to go from here.
So let's talk about that.
Blaidd is Lady Ranni's stepbrother. Ranni's mother, Queen Renala, approved of him, and they played like siblings from childhood. They were always happy to have me tag along as well. When Lady Ranni renounced her flesh and chose the dark path of the Empyrean, Blaidd and I swore allegiance as vassals. But none of us will ever forget our earliest days together. Promise to look after Blaidd for me, will you? The man is honest to a fault. But fortunately, now he has you. I take it you've heard of the Well, after you I going only Blaidd, to be honest.
Okay, so... nothing to strengthen. So... that dialogue will not disappear, but here's the thing. Once we are ready to actually go find this entrance to Nokron, this whole area of the Mistwood Ruins is going to be kind of like leveled. It's going to be floating and shit. It's going to be where like the earth is going to be like floating from the ground. It's going to look like somebody from Dragon Ball Z is powering up. It's really cool. So now what we need to do is we need to go to Ranni's Rise up here at the, what is it, the Three Sisters or the Four Sisters? I can't remember. But this is where we need to go. And we're going to have to talk to Seluvis up here as well, because I think talking to Seluvis is what's going to cause Blaidd to come back from down below. Alright, I'm going up here to visit Ranni just to see if she's still asleep, because I'm pretty sure she is. Yep. She has entered a deep slumber. I wish I had got that dialogue from her, man. I'm such a... God. I'm an amateur. So Seluvis should be in his tower just down the way, he calls it. Alright, unless he's in ghost form over here somewhere. No, doesn't look like it. Okay, let's go. So, let's go over to this tower. I believe this one should be Seluvis' tower. So, without hurting ourselves or our beloved torrent, let's make our way over. Yes, here we go. You.
Well, you took me at my word. Did you not realize I was merely being polite? Oh, you provincials never cease to amaze. I suppose you're here now. Perhaps I'll give you something to do. I'd like you to find a woman called Nefeli to administer a potion. Even you can do that much, can't you?
Sure.
Good, good. Now I shall hand over the potion in question. Find Nefeli and ensure she drinks it. I expect glad tidings, and soon.
Alright, so this bullshit. Have we gone up here? Have we invaded his belongings yet? I don't think we have. Let's do it. This can go... This quest is actually quite technical and can go in multiple directions. So, to put things lightly and keep it as simple as possible, give me that. We can do one of two things with this potion. We can either let Nefeli drink it and it kills her, or we can give it to Gideon, and Gideon will kill Seluvis for trying to kill his adopted daughter.
I've no time for idle. The only thing I will hear from you is a report of your... Are we understood? I have enough.
There we go.
Well, you're asking me about that, are you? The task was left to you and the mongrel, was it not? Not only are you incompetent, but shameless to boot. Well, there's no helping it. Now's as good a time as any. I'll let you in on it. There's a glintstone sorcerer by the name of Selin in Limgrave. She owes me for the help I gave her when she was expelled from the academy. I asked her to look into the matter some time ago. I'll write you a letter of introduction. Go ask her.
And there we have it.
I've no time for the only thing I will... Are we understood? I have enough.
Alright, that's the dialogue I wanted. So we don't necessarily have to worry about the potion that we're going to give to Nefeli or Gideon first. We want to go here. Let's go talk to Selin. And you don't want to talk to her physical form that's over in, I think it was in the Weeping Peninsula. We want to talk to her spectral version here at the Waypoint Ruins.
There you are, my apprentice. Shall we commence the lesson?
Yes, please.
Well, well. Seluvis is not a name I ever wanted to hear again. But fine. If it will help you, my apprentice, I offer my knowledge. The stars alter the fate of the Carian royal family, and the fate of your mistress, Ranni. But long ago, General Radahn challenged the swirling constellations, and in a crushing victory arrested their cycles. Now he is the force that repulses the stars. If General Radahn were to die, the stars would resume their movement, and so too would Ranni's destiny.
Very cool stuff. All right. That says a lot. So, we learned in that small bit there that General Radahn... I'm going to go down here and talk to Blight again. General Radahn, who is considered one of the most difficult boss fights in this game, or at least he was pre-patch. I soloed him pre-patch. You guys saw the video I posted pre-patch of having him one hit away from death. Jeez, my bones still shudder at the thought of it. Anywho, Radahn is one of the coolest fights in this game for sure. I'm very much looking forward to crushing him. Did they change something about this game? I think they changed something about this game because there are no glowing blue arrows skewering me like a kebab from across the map in here.
Ah, well met. What news?
Here we go.
So Ranni's fate is kept in stasis by Starscourge Radahn. That reminds me of something I heard. There's a festival being held at the castle on the southern edge of the Caelid Wilds, east of Limgrave. It's a festival of combat. And I heard that you can fight Radahn himself. He who was once called the strongest of all the demigods. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but I think it's worth investigating. I'll be on my way to this festival of Radahn then. You're coming too, right? To Radahn's festivities. I'll meet you at Redmane Castle in Caelid. The way ahead is pleasingly simple. We fight, sword and fang. You're coming too, right? I'll meet you at Red. The way ahead is pleasingly simple. We fight, sword and fang.
Sword and fang indeed. You wanna mess with me while I'm talking to my guy Blide, do you? Alright. Did you hit Blide? Do not shoot Blide. I'll kill you. You know what? I'm gonna kill you anyway, whether you shoot him or not. Tally-ho! Well, you're gonna get some too. There's room for everybody. I'll take that. Alright, wicked. So there's a dialogue that we needed to be able to get Blide to move, and I think that determines what we're going to do in today's episode, because I told myself, am I going to keep going underground? Am I going to stick to the underground areas? I guess not. I guess what we really want to do is we're going to head up. Let's see, here's the Third Church of America. That will take us up into... Nope, we want to go straight to the Smoldering Church. Yep. All right. Here we are. The Smoldering Church. This is a pretty cool looking place. All right, can't level up or anything. So without further ado, looks like starting in this episode, we are going to start pushing our way into Caelid. Dreadfully nasty place, I tell you. It's bad. It's real bad. Let's take care of these dogs. Man, our damage is good, though. We honestly have nothing to worry about here. Come on. Look, if you don't hit the dog... Fine, let's try the strong attack. There we go. Something's bound to work on this difficult-to-hit creature. Alright, so the beginning of Caelid is blocked by one of these, like, smoldering walls, right? And then here's our very first grace in this place. It's going to give us a very... Do not let this guy sneak up on you. This is the Shack of the Rotting. We have these preserving boluses. These are good for getting rid of scarlet rot, which is something that's going to be incredibly important to us. Thank goodness we have fire on our weapon, because all across Caelid, and I mean all across this place, fire is king. And I will be completely upfront with you guys. When deciding if I was going to go straight into Caelid or go underground first, which, by the way, let me just make a note on that. I'm really glad we decided to go underground first because it ended up being the correct way to go. I knew that this spear was going to find its place of use heading into this area. Caelid is going to be the ultimate usage for Vike's spear. We got some nascent butterflies. All right. The butterfly of Miquella. I'll explain my thoughts on that later on in the playthrough. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. I mean, right out of the gate, looks like we have a little spot. We can go down there for... I think that's where St. Trina's sword is, actually. I think that's where the sleep sword is. Got these big birds here. These big, like, Deathbird Juniors. And there's a lot of them. And they're not just like, they don't just look big and scary. They suck. They are very hard to kill. They have a ton of health, and they do like way too much damage. And you can see them perched everywhere across the level. Like, I mean, they are persistent across this entire place. And if that's not bad enough, can barely get a look at one right here. But that, you've got these big giant like T-Rex headed dogs that are also super annoying to kill. They are quite difficult to beat. Well, one thing at a time, right? Let's just take our time. What was that? There's something in that house? Is it another slime? Yep, looks like it. Get rid of these guys. We get this little item here, this little payday. See what we can do about all this. Get rid of those guys. These guys are nothing as long as you got some fire. But we have started heading in the wrong direction. Instead of heading down the main road that goes through Caelid, we really should go right here and go grab that map. I think that's honestly a smart idea, but here's the problem, is we don't really need to go that way. I actually wanted to go down this little side path here and go get this boss real quick. I just want to go beat him so we don't forget about him. And I promise you it's not going to take long. Now these guys on the way there... These guys suck. Like, they will cause poison, and they have this weird shoulder ram attack that causes a poison buildup. You don't want to mess with them. I really would like to kill him, though. I don't know why he's there it is. Alright, but you know what? Fine. We're not going to deal with that guy. But I will tell you this. I am going to get rid of these guys, particularly, there it is, nasty ass poison. I'm going to get rid of these guys because I don't want them to follow me down to the boss fight. And we also kill them in like one hit, so that makes it pretty easy, right? Like, why wouldn't we take care of them if we can do it in just one attack? Hell yeah. Easy. Alright, and then we have giant stone golem magic archers. You can see them over there in the distance. Do you know why? Because those are the exact ones that we killed upon coming out of the well. Alright, let me get rid of these guys. They're super easy to get rid of. Like, we really should take the time to get rid of them because they'll follow you into the boss fight, and we don't want that. Okay, oh, we got their pants. Then we got that guy up there. We're going to have to go get that item as well. I think it's a cracked pot, if I remember. Alright, and because that's considered a group, we got our stuff back. You. Get down here. That's it. Come on. Glad you could join us. So let's actually do that real quick. Let's see if we can... We'll go back up towards the cliff. We will jump down onto the trees to get that item. And there's going to be quite a bit of that in this level. There's going to be lots of traversing giant tree branches to get to items. And, you know, it's a Souls game, you know? It's a Souls game. We got to embrace this kind of stuff. It's not every day that we get this incredible opportunity to do these awesome platforming and stuff like that. Alright, and do yourself a favor for this part. Hug the cliff, because you do not want to aggro the giant dogs over here, or these big walking red dudes that cause the scarlet rot. I think we have more bad guys over here, though. Potentially? No? Okay. Yes, indeed. More than potentially. Confirmed. Alright. Don't care to deal with any of that, though. So, what I'm gonna do is, instead of humoring any of these morons, we're gonna drop down onto the tree, make our way towards that item. And that is our only concern for this part. Bam, a rune arc. Okay, that's fine. Rune arc works for me. I lost one off screen because I was collecting footage for a secret video that I'm working on. It's really awesome. I'm super proud of it. I hope you guys like it. Here we go. Oh! No, no, no! Jump, 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 jump! Shoo, that was close. Alright. So this guy, we can straight up melt, because not only do we have a lot of faith, so our attack is quite high with that fireball, but we also have this talisman. No, 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 shit, shit, run! There we go. Easy peasy. That guy's a joke. He is every bit as easy as every other Erd Tree avatar, and he gives you the green burst crystal tier and the flame shrouding cracked tier. So what those do? Come on, switch. It's quite simple. Temporarily boost stamina recovery, and this one is the one we picked up alongside it. This boosts your fire attacks. That one might be nice for us because we're using the spear, you know? Gotta think outside the spear. Alright, Torrent. Do not fail me. Let's be very careful walking out to this. Honestly, I'm causing myself unnecessary anxiety because you probably should just do this on foot. There's the cracked pot. See, I knew one was close by. I was, like, certain of it. And Torrent, thank you for essentially being a spirit horse and goat in one. I'm very thankful for it. And then the road completely cuts off right here. But I'll point this out to you. That is the road to the giant pot, where those red summons were that are super hard to beat. So, just to put things into perspective as where we are. And then we have a catacomb right here. Not a catacomb I'm going to cover. Well, excuse me. My throat's a little bit dry. Thank goodness I have my trusty cold brew with me. I should probably drink water like an adult, but, you know. That would require going downstairs, and I have to assume that there's some in the fridge because I enjoy cold water, and I know, room temperature water is better for you, I know. But why the hell are we talking about this? Anyway, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do this one because this catacomb is terrible. Like, I mean truly, this is a bad one. Oh, but your boy LP's got you covered. Let's do it. Alright. The thing that sucks about this one is that Stake of America right there is glitched. Or the one near the boss is, I should say. It's really, really bad. If you die to the boss and you say that you want to revive at the Stake of America, the game says, well, too damn bad, and it sends you all the way back to the grace. It's really strange. I hate it. Alright. Do I choose to go this way first is the question. You have throwers up here that suck, man. Those things are also bad. I mean, just like anything else, these guys are going to be super weak to fire, like all forms of slime are, even these scarlet rot ones. But it's like, they're just in the way, and they follow you everywhere. It sucks. Clear some of these guys out. I'm really surprised those guys haven't started throwing stuff at us yet. Like, that's their primary function, and they do it. Yeah, your forward stab attack, I'm aware. No! Hello. There you go, friend. Alright, so let's get these guys down here. I think normally what they end up doing is throwing shit at you. Yeah, fuck. Alright, I mean... Of course he's hiding. Let's get that. Okay, Scarlet Rot is building up, so let's not mess around. Okay, let's get that Ionian Butterfly. Let's get our Grave Glovewort Tier 5. Hell yeah, that's what we need to upgrade our Children of the Night. Fantastic. Our minions. Any hidden walls? We have to look. It's our job. But it doesn't look like it. Alright. There's nothing wrong with that, because there's nothing else we need in this room. That's why we went that way first. So now we're going to head in the other direction, which does involve some serious bullshit. And I think, if I remember correctly... Aha! Yep, there's a trick elevator. First time through here on my other character took me forever to figure out what to do. And it's because I wasn't paying attention to beneath the elevator once I got down. Alright, so we know strike damage is the answer for these guys, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to experiment a little bit. Holy shit. Experimentation successful. Ooh, a tier 4. That's one less we have to buy. Alright. And then here's what we want to do. Instead of rushing in here, let's look. There's one right there. So you go for the one that's throwing shit at you, and then you get bombarded by this jerk in the corner. So let's get his attention. Wow, these guys don't stand a chance. Shit. There we go. We'll get rid of them. Is this the one with the wall right here? No, okay. I always end up checking anyway, but... Okay, at least we're getting Gloveworts. That's good, that's good. It's really good. Because we're going to need them. Alright, what's going on in here? What in the fuck? My shield was up, I'll have you know. You fucking... Yeah. Are you happy? I'm always paranoid they're going to come down from the ceilings, because they always do. See? Turtle stabbing. It's fantastic. Alright. So now the door has opened. And you can imagine the confusion here, right? Because you're going to go do that, but then you'll run back in the other direction where the Scarlet Rot Pool is, and you're going to be like, what the hell? Nothing happened. Well, that's because you got to drop down here. Be wary, though. Dropping down here, there is a sword guy right there. Let's see if we can... Yeah! Nice. It's the best way to handle that, dropping down in here. Okay, and then we have... more slimes. Alright, so here's what I recommend you do for this part. Gonna unequip the bird. Well, no, I'll keep the bird equipped because I never know which one I want to use. I'm gonna equip these though because we're going to need to be able to actively cure the Scarlet Rot. So let's do this. You want to run through this tunnel first. Do not roll through the Scarlet Rot, by the way. If you roll through the Scarlet Rot, you're going to have to use this You're going to have to use the soap, because rolling through it cakes you in it. And then it will keep building up, and you won't be able to just use the bolus to cure it. It will continue to build because you'll be covered in it. So we got crabs in here. I mean, you don't have to kill them. Like, they are hostile towards you, but, like, I don't know. I feel like we've been pretty bad towards these crabs in this game. Like, what can you do? We've robbed them of their mothers and fathers substantially across this journey, and we're not even halfway through the game yet. So, hello. Is there going to be one up here too? No. Shocking. Hey, there is one. Give him the old backhand. Anybody else? All right. And we are in a catacomb, so watch for pressure plates. Well, hello. You didn't really think that was going to work, did you? More smithing stones. I'll take it. Alright, what's going on in here? It appears safe. And then we get the wolf head, so we actually have already had this item. I think that's number 2. Yep, we got lucky drop earlier in the playthrough. That is the one that is worn by the greatsword-wielding imps that run at you with that giant fork greatsword. So let's do this. Let's try to take care of these guys with stealth. Oh no! That sucked. Now we gotta run back. I should have known better than to give a damn what that guy dropped. I should have just gone. I should have been like, whatever. Whatever he dropped doesn't matter to me. Oh, shit. But no. Sadly, it didn't work like that. It's okay. It took us 5 seconds to get back. It's not a big deal. So wait till you guys see what the boss is for this catacomb. I mean, if you're... I know the majority of people who are watching me play this series probably have already beat the game themselves, but for those of you who have not played through this game, or if you are playing this game and you just haven't beat this part yet, wait till you see the boss for this dungeon. It's quite ridiculous. You... Nice, we're getting multiple tier 5 grave gloveworts. I'm a huge fan of that because there's more than one. Excuse me while I look for hidden walls. There's more than one spirit summon that requires the grave gloveworts that I want to upgrade, because as much as I like our children so far, and I mean I really like them, I think they're fantastic. They're really good. There's other stuff I want to use as well, so. Alright, back down we go. Sorry guys. Play with you later. So now I'll jump over these guys. Grab this little tucked away. Oh my god. Get off. Whatever. We'll make our way in here. And this is the boss. Here's the Stake of America that doesn't work. I don't know if they fixed it via patch or not, but I just know that it's there. Alright. So let's do the... No, I'm going to keep the spear. I don't give a damn. Let's get our children ready, because they're going to be fantastic for this fight. Wait till you see this boss. If one wasn't enough... Here's 2. So, I want to experiment with something. Oh, it's nighttime! Alright, let me go to my equipables. Please let me have some. Yes! Alright, crystal darts. Fantastic. So I want to try something real quick. What? Oh no. Ugh! Never turn your back on the enemy. That's what I just did. Look at that, they're attacking each other now. That's fantastic. So the crystal dart actually turns these guys against each other, and I think that's hilarious. Oh no. Ugh! Ugh! Wait, my children. You killed them! That's it. I'm finishing you. I thought the two big ones survived. And we get the Mad Pumpkinhead Ashes. Alright, so that was pretty cool. I'm really glad that I experimented with that. It was totally worth it because, funny thing is, these crystal darts will actually cause even the small fanged imps to turn on each other. They will become aggressive towards one another if you hit them with just like 3 of these, I think. I don't even think it took that many against the boss, but notice how they started attacking each other. If you're having trouble with dual Watchdogs, then throw crystal darts at them. That's the answer. So that was a relatively straightforward Catacomb. It can take dreadfully long if you don't know where to go. Like if you forget the... and it's nighttime. Nighttime in Caelid is pretty damn scary. Real talk. But if you're having trouble with dual Watchdogs, then that's all you gotta do to get rid of them. That's your cheese method, I suppose. Make sure there's nothing along the inside of the Erdtree. Funny story, the first time I encountered this Erdtree avatar, he gave me a really hard time because I had not become keen to evasion of the lightning attack yet, like those lightning orbs that home in on you. That was ripping me to shreds. I didn't know what to do about it, and it didn't help that I wasn't using Torrent either. Like, that's the real shitty part, is I wasn't smart enough to try to use Torrent's agility against that boss, nor had I discovered that Black Fire then just completely evaporates them, like it melts that boss entirely. So now we're going to start pushing into Caelid the traditional way, by following the road. So let's talk to this guy. It's rotting. Everything rotting scarlet. The very earth that Caelid rests upon, and Celia, town of sorcery. Which we know where that is. The end is nigh for us all. Not if I can help it. Look at that. 164 damage that did. And not a blink of his health went away. Just... I mean, are you kidding me? Okay. Let me take a sip of cold brew to ease my dry throat. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start pushing through. And there's lots of items to be looted. Lots and lots. So this big group of red guys is a distraction. Like, I wouldn't even recommend wasting your time with them. And this statue here would normally point in the direction of the Catacomb down there, if you interact with it, but we just cleared it. In the blink of an eye, because we're badasses. So... here we have it. This is our first exposure to the giant T-Rex dog things. And wouldn't you know it, they decided to be just kind gentlemen and leave this scarab here. And you're thinking, oh my god, I gotta get that scarab. But he's gonna run in the direction of those things. Yeah, and they'll kill you incredibly fast. So, what we're gonna do is, well, quite frankly, we're gonna do exactly what they want. And we're gonna go kill it. Thank God we can kill it in just 2 hits. Here they come! And yes, they can attack each other. Isn't that funny? What was that? go. You can melt these guys with lightning. I have found that in my testing. And the nice thing about it is that we have this, which I don't think affects this cost of our miracles, but I think it will affect the cost of our weapon arts. Consumed by skills, it says. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that only applies to weapon arts. But let's test this out as well. Let's see if the madness does anything. Well, if we can. I'm trapped on the fence, good lord. So maybe I don't have time to charge it up. Here we go. Now I do. Damn it! Look, man. I'm really just trying to show this attack off, alright? I can't charge it. I'm just gonna have to hit him. Okay, so that did a substantial amount of damage as well. Now let's see what happens when we charge at full blast. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Okay. So I'm a fan of that. This is just current damage experimentation is all this is. Because I don't intend to fight all these guys. Like, it is 150% not worth it. Like, I don't recommend tangling with these guys for any reason other than if they corner you. Like, the only time you should want to mess with these stupid fucking dogs is if you are gonna die for not killing them. And thankfully, over the course of this area, you're not going to find many instances like that. So what we are going to do is we're going to sneak down and get this chest real quick. We do have some enemies we need to watch out for, though. We got a big nasty bird, and then we also have more of those dog guys. But as long as we're sneaky, we should be able to just get in and get out. And what is this, the great sword, I think? Yep. Alright. Good deal. So for this next part, I'm going to bubble up, because it can go one of 1,000 ways, depending on what fate has in store for us. There's items in here that we really need to get, and I don't care for these stupid birds. I really don't. So, explosive bolts, alright. And really, this is all I do for this part, is I just kite the bird around. I mean, you're not going to be able... Shit, there's a chest right there, though. You're not going to be able to stop the bird using the fence, because he can break it. But... Here, let me see if I can melt him with the I-beam. That'd be really nice. Oh, shit. Okay, I mean, it did all right. Except you can't really do anything against him. He's really, really fast for his size. There we go. No, why did you look away as soon as you threw it? And this is why you don't fight the Caelid enemies. This is why you just leave them alone. Because this is what happens. Like, it's not worth fighting them. It's really not. Oh my god. Here, give me... There. I didn't even drop anything. Like, do you see? Do you see? Ay, 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 ay. Alright, so... I don't want to give you guys the wrong impression. Caelid is... quite an interesting area. It's a very interesting area to like go through in this game because a lot of stuff happens in Caelid. Get that rune arc. Thank you, thank you. A lot of stuff goes down in here. We get a lot of storytelling and yeah, just there's really good visuals. Even though a lot of it is kind of like this, but it's just you'll have to see it's too early. It's too early to really tell. You'll see what I mean as we continue the playthrough. There's lots and lots of good stuff about Caelid. Very fantastic artwork through here. We're going to meet some interesting NPCs as well. Well, let's rest. How much do we need to level up? Oh, we we have enough. Alright, so let's get our dex to 30. Keeping our dex and our faith relatively even is kind of the plan for right now. Alright, and we'll do... we have time. We'll do this first little hut area. So this is the Caelid ruins. Let's see what we got going on here. Nothing. If you think that's a bad sign, you're right. Nothing going on is always a bad sign. We got guys that are on fire. Fantastic. Let's switch to a different throwing item, shall we? We don't want to waste these because we know who they work well against. Yep, there he goes. And you can get them to chain react that on each other, similar to what happens with the little poison guys, the land squirts, I think they're called. Big giant pile of burning bodies. Like, there's nothing weird happening here. Not at all. There we go. Oh, hey! That guy wants to fight us. That's fine. So, I don't think there's an item in there. So it really doesn't matter. Let's go over to this part here, where I do believe there should be an item. Possibly, if I remember. There it is. Here we go. Draw string fire grease. Try to get up on this if we can. There we go. Oh, there was an item back there. Eee. Say, it's a good thing we visited that vantage point. Shit. There it is. Good stuff. Shit. What? I'm backstabbing you, man. Shit. I can't believe that backstab didn't register. I mean, either way, I can roast this guy. It's not a big deal, but... he is donezo. Okay, and then we got more of those fire blossoms that drop uniquely from that enemy. Okay, got more of those guys around here. And no, we don't have to waste time fighting them. It's not a big deal. But I'll tell you what I would like to do is I would really like to get up on those roofs, like the sidewalls, and get that descend attack, because it's very satisfying to pull off. Okay, and we'll just let them do their thing because they attack each other. It's fine with me. But there was a set of steps. Here we go. Eeh. Let's get down in here. No, he cannot follow, so don't worry. Looks like we got ourselves a boss. Ding dong. Dual pumpkin heads. Ugh. Now, if you have the Bewitching Branch, it can be super good in this fight. Now, I recommend on... I recommend fighting one pumpkin head at a time for this fight, because if you can get it down to just one, everything can be fine. However, fighting two of those guys at once can be bad. Well, you shouldn't need me to tell you that. That's pretty obvious. There is some chip damage in this fight because of their weapon, but here's the thing. He's busy with my summons, so as long as he's looking at them, I can roast him. That's it, guys. Get him. You know what? Curious. Eeh. I really need him to look away. I really don't think it's going to work. I was going to try to put him to sleep, but not the case. All good, though. Wow, we had a survivor, despite the fact that we just completely fucked around. So yeah, that boss fight, it can be kind of ridiculous, specifically because it's not just raw damage you're dealing with. The Visage Shield. This thing is nasty. We're going to take a look at it. That fight can be pretty nasty if you're by yourself. I recommend Spirit Summons, but yeah, check this out. Isn't that cool? And the weapon art is called Tongues of Fire. It's not doing it, but you'll have to take my word for it. We don't have the strength for this thing. Yeah, we really don't. Okay. It breathes fire, so it's not going to do it for me right now because I don't have the stats to make it happen, but take my word for it. It literally breathes fire. It's a fire-breathing shield. It's friggin' awesome. Get out of my way. Alright, time to get out of here. So that boss is really damn easy. Eee, you didn't see a thing. You see nothing. So what we need to do is we really need to follow the road straight down through here, and we need to go get this next map piece. So that's what we're going to do. We're actually going to follow... We're going to follow the road in this direction. We have another Grace right here by this Finger Reader Crone, who we're going to talk to. We also had the little telescope that we can use. It's exactly like the one that's in the Agia Lake North, over in Limgrave. So let's rest. And would you look at that? Our favorites, the Centipede Men. They're called Lesser Kindred of Rot, I think is what their actual name is. What's going on over here? Is that the way to the castle? Yep, okay, so that fort over there is probably going to be our first little mini-dungeon target.
You.
In Caelid.
Please, I can read them. Your fingers, please, your fingers. Oh, bless you. Are you one for festivals or flowers? To the south, a grand festival to make the stars turn. To the east, the hardened bud of a flower to be. But dare you enter into the heart of the scarlet rot?
Damn, man. I wish I could just, like, tell stories until I make myself orgasm, just like the other day. I went into the coffee shop and they were out of espresso. Yep. Alright, so... welcome to Caelid. Speaking of flowers, to the east, the bud of a flower to be. Interesting. Very cryptic. Alright, fantastic. So, here's how I will end you guys on this episode. This big fort behind me, this is likely where we are going to go first as we venture into Caelid, because the cliff that we were at, which is back over that way somewhere, we'll probably go mess with all that stuff where I was looking through the telescope and showing the birds to you. We'll look through all that stuff too. But Caelid is pretty big. We're going to venture down this way. Like, first and foremost, what we'll do is we'll venture this way and get the map, and then we'll probably teleport back to Disgrace just so we can get a better idea of what it is we're dealing with and what we're looking at. And hell, I'll probably go get that one too, just because. But yeah, Caelid is big. Like, all of this is Caelid. It's rather large, and there's a lot to cover. And as I was trying to stress before, there's plenty of stuff to do here. We don't want to miss out on a lot of the lore and the characters that we're going to meet. It's going to be fantastic. There's going to be a lot of really cool activity here. There's plenty of dungeons to do as well. Not so many catacombs and stuff underground, but mostly stuff on the surface. Mini dungeons and stuff that we'll cover. But I've been looking at doing Caelid for a while. Thank goodness we have this giant spear that's going to help us, because everything here hates fire. And I think we uncovered quite a bit of storytelling in this episode. We learned that Blaidd is the brother-in-law of Ranni, and Iji, I guess, was considered their childhood compatriot as well, like their best friend, and they have fond memories of growing up together. And we also learned about Radahn and how we need to beat him because he somehow had like enough sheer muscle and force to stop the stars from moving, which, I mean, think about it. The tremendous amount of power that it would take to stop very galactic constellations from doing their thing seems pretty ridiculous, and we're expected to kill that. So, fun times. I wish I could say I was worried, but I'm really not, because they actually made him easier after the patch. So I'm not worried about Radahn. We're going to completely obliterate him, and we're going to have a blast doing it. So, thank you guys for continuing to join me on this in-depth adventure through Elden Ring. I have been your faithful host, Let's Play Dark Souls HD, and I will catch you guys in the next video.